Hello, groovy people of the internet, and today I am doing something that I should have done a long time ago, but I was lazy, of course, which is replicating IELTS computer-based tests on paper. So, we have a lot of books that include not only the test but also a lot of other guiding task or task unrelated to that skill, and we have also a lot of scan text or original tests that are really bad in formatting. And another point that pushes me to make this video is that in my country we are abolishing the IELTS paper-based exam completely. There's only computer based for the time being. So there is a need to make sure that what we practice are really familiar as possible to the computer based experience. I mean, the actual computer based mock test will be the best, but a lot of us work with students who don't really own laptops they can carry around to their classes. Yeah, all they have are small phones, and also it can really be difficult for some teachers to carry out like a laptop based session. So paper is the usual way we learn things, and my goal here is to make it as good as possible with Microsoft Word. So here I have for you all the tasks for listening, reading, and writing. All these questions are taken from Complete IELTS Band 5 to 6.5, where there are a lot of guiding tasks for each skill, and also the text for the reading parts are quite small, which means that the text question and task questions are spread out quite weirdly if we are not using all other parts of the book. All the materials here are absolutely ready for use, and with just a click of a like button you can get it by going to the post I put in the description, and I probably put it on as a QR code on the screen as well, so that I can be a little bit supported while giving you some support as well. Teachers pay teachers, right? First, we have listening, and above each of the parts there is a box that says part 1, 2, 3, or 4, depends on the task, and they all say part instead of section for listening, task for writing, or passage for reading. And here I want to show you a little bit because usually when we write something in a box in Microsoft Word, you have to make the box really big in order to see all the text, the height of the text, and also sometimes you want to add a little bit of height above and under the text, but you can't really do anything other than pressing enter. So here I will show you that, and the way to do it is to make a shape like normal and go to format shape, right click, then format shape, and go to the text option, and then click this button and choose the top margin and the bottom margin. If you increase it, there will be more space at the top, at the bottom. And for the question filling like gaps options. The boxes I put zero top margin and bottom margin so that they are as squished as possible, so they match with the height of the text and don't really stand out. But they it still stand out somehow, not as much as normal if you use the default options, but uh, there will still be a little problem, not too much. I mean, if you care so much about accuracy, then this is not the perfect solution for you. You should be making something out of like a web page by coding or by Wix.com or something similar of that nature. Okay, and here all the hyphens in the tasks are not hyphens between numbers, they are and dashes. Yeah. So here we have the first task type, note completion, between the part box and the question, and between the last line of the instruction to the first line of the text, we have added space after paragraph rather than like creating another line like so. So it's like one, it's not really another line, so it's not so far away, but it's not too close either. We can actually see separate parts in the text. The box is actually very small and the numbers are always in the middle, so when you type in the text, the number will disappear and all of the text is included in that small box. But here for writing down on paper, we have enough space. We should really maximize the space, so I made this box really quite big. Yeah, so they can freely cross them out and write again, and there will still be space left. Note that some texts are after the blank, and if you want it to be on the same line, yeah, we cannot make this like the whole line long. Okay, so we have the next task type, which is table completion. It is not too different, and a thing that we might focus on here is that in the table made, there's always a little bit of space on top, like the box we just had. And to do that, it's quite easy. You just go right click and tables property and go to cell, then click options, choose the top and bottom options here. Here the length of the answer box depends on how many rows and columns you have in the table, and also the text of the first column. I'll just make it as large as possible, where the the columns with the information are the same size, and the given information like column is as narrow as possible. So here is what it looks like. You can change it depending on your specific test. Okay, next we have multiple choice question, and here another thing is that there are no A or B or C options. All of them are radio buttons. In the actual exam site, the buttons are like bigger, radio box size, but there isn't such a symbol available in Word or anywhere with text. So you might need like to copy a picture and paste it, which creates all sorts of problem with presentation. So here is okay, it's just enough. They can your students can tick or like darken the circle. There is an option with A, B, and C down here, which you can use so that you can better like tell your answers to the class, and you just delete the one that you don't want to use here. And for these questions that are not in a box, there's something a little bit special about them, is that they are tapped a little bit from the left side, and also tabbed are all the options, and they are tabbed in quite a strange way, I must say. So you need like two little tabs here. You just can copy my tabs and then change your sentences to my sentences. But if you have the test already and you want to adapt it for the questions, the first tab, they are all lab tabs. The first one is 0.25 centimeter here, and then go to and the next one is 1 centimeter for the first letter of the question. And for the options, there are a half centimeters and then 1 centimeter. Yeah, it keeps it interesting. Just make sure that you are putting full stops at the end of sentences correctly, and also the capitalization or non-capitalization at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, this is the version where you can circle. The next task is, of course, map completion, and this one is quite easy. You can just like screenshot the picture of the map and copy it onto your page. The thing is that usually you would have the picture itself and then a table where you can like choose your answer, like this one here. For this table, there is no outer border. There are two like bold lines here. This one isn't supposed to be bold. I edited it already, but somehow it's okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. And then radial boxes for each option. The first column of the place's name are as big as possible, while these options things are the same. Just make sure that you have enough space for them. And I guess that's it. Label the map. Oh yeah, for the like instruction, there's no below there. Yeah, and here they write for each answers. Yeah, choose the correct answer. There's no A, B, C, D, so they won't tell you like A, B, C, or D. Yeah, except like very specific tasks that I will show you in this video later. Another option that I saw on the official website is that there will be boxes on top of the picture, and you will drag and drop the name of it. Here you don't have any like options or anything. You just have like blanks and then the place's name, and you can do that with let's see, diagram completion again later, where there are a lot of space. You will type like outside of the diagram, but here is in the picture, and if you try to edit on top of it, you might lose a lot of precious information, because the map is like quite small, and you need to be able to look at details so you can listen. So the greatest compromise that I found, you just created two columns, and the first one is the bigger, which is the picture, and the second one will be boxes. Again, there's no numbered or anything. They are not numbered or anything. Okay, let's move on to the next one. which is multiple choice with uh, multiple answers. And luckily, the square box, those square big box, exist as the ballot box symbol, which is copied here. Alternative here for you. Okay, and there's also matching questions where you would match some type of information on the right and then drag it to the left side of the screen. And here the instruction is choose the correct answer for each noun, the noun being like the noun on the left here, and move it into the gap. Yeah, that depends on each test. The way to do it, I think, is also quite easy. The difference here is that all the drag and drop task, the box when nothing is dragged into it will be dotted lined instead of like full lined like this. The comments will be again without any options, and the number will be in the middle. This makes sense here because if it is in the middle in the note completion, you cannot write anything, and this just defeats the purpose of using paper. But here you can match it, and you know, if you need letters, they are here also. There's nothing to worry about. The numbers are on the left side here. Just make sure these boxes are like as small as the text. So to do that, what I do here is again go to the text option and click like resize shape to fit text. That way when you put new information on it, it will like automatically extend the box. Yeah, so as to fit the text without you actually need to change anything. If you still need to do that, the size box here will be very handy and very simple. Okay, we also have a quite rare task type in my opinion, that is answering short questions, and they are here. The only thing is that they are bulleted with a dot here, and again they are text-based question where you enter your own answer, so you need a lot of space for it. Yeah, not too much, but I think that one is enough. Okay, we're coming to part 4, which is usually note completion, a repeat, but there can also be a flow chart question. There's supposed to be a space here. It's a little bit different and complex because if you look at it, it's quite simple, right? Just you know, make a box and then put in a text. Like make it like normal without making it smaller. Yes, you can put the text here, but this blank is also a shape, and you cannot put a shape inside a shape, so you can space it normally. So this has to be like a overlay where you have wrap text change into in front of text, and then here you need to like space it. Yeah, I remember this is like exactly 26 spaces, but you know, just go to the file to be sure. And there are 2 versions of the arrow. I put them both here for you to use, and again A to H if you prefer that. Also, the task of a flowchart where you don't use the options anywhere, you just listen, and that is kind of like all the note completion task. So we need a lot of text, so I make it very like the whole length of the paper. In the page it is not as long, but you know, maximize what materials you have, right? And so here it is. And the last one, which is quite rare in my opinion, is diagram completion. And for this one, you just take the picture from your source and then put this box on with the full line. There is going to be little space, so you can ask them to write your answer like out here, down here, like outside the box, because it cannot be aesthetic and big at the same time. If it is too big, it will cover some of the text, important information from the listening. Okay, and that's it for the listening part. Now we move on to the reading part. For the reading, something new is the size of the font. From looking at it, I really didn't take a ruler and measure it each line to see what font size it is, but roughly speaking, the title of the reading text is size 16, and the title for the subsections, if there are any, will be 14, like this one from the reading. Yeah, is font size 14. And needless to say, I think you saw that the normal text would be line 12, including the numbered task questions. Okay, the first paragraph or the subtitle will always be in italics. And okay, any information at the end, whether it is footnotes of specific vocabulary that are not tested, will be in size 11. Yeah, or information from the text like here. Okay, so first we have the true, false, not given task type. Normally you will see this in 3 line, right? True if, false if. Yeah, but on the official website, you just have 2 long lines like this: true if, false if, or not given if, and all the answers will be multiple choice here, so you cannot get true, false, and yes, no, wrong. Yeah, anyway, so I think that is a plus for students. They no longer have to remember that. They can just choose it. A thing about it is that it takes quite a bit of space, so maybe you can put the 3 options down in one line. That is not optimal though. Normally we just write true, false, or not given at the end of the line, right? So I put that alternative for you here as well. Again, all the box, all the question number will be changed in terms of tab here. And let's move on to the next task type, table completion. Again, very familiar with the space on top. Here you need quite a lot more space for writing. You just make sure that you change the size of each column to be suitable. That's it. The second one is the usual task type you will see in part 2 and part 3, that is matching headings. The text list of headings is also size 12, but all the options for the headings are quite bigger and in bold, unlike normally, and they are size 14. How we do it here is that they just have boxes of names on the right and the text on the left, with the first line of the section or paragraph having this dotted line box here, and you just drag and drop it onto here. So I put that option for you. So maybe your students can do this by writing the number next to the heading rather than writing like the Roman minuscule I or IV like we usually had before. I still had that option here for you. Yeah. From I to IX for 1 to 9, and the options being like put to the left. Yeah. Okay. Next one, we also have multiple choice answer in a list. It's the same as always. Box. Okay, with or A to E alternatives. Just remember two correct answers or three depending on the text. Yes, no, not given is also another task type. They are essentially the same with true false not given, but their instruction is a little bit changed. Choose yes if the statement agrees, choose no if contradicting, and choose not given if it is impossible to say something. Yep, again, the radio boxes option, and they just write the answer in summary completion, which is quite a nightmare for usual students, I must say. And for this one, there are two distinct types. The first one, you have the words where which you can put in. There are other options. You just drag and drop, so kind of like matching from listening. And it is here. Here we are not putting in anything in a box, so it's just text. So this doesn't need to be spaced weirdly or anything. You can see that here it's making the line a little bit thicker, but if each line has some text, then it doesn't really look that weird. Yeah, I already tried like making this smaller. Like it's not really smaller than there in the website. I'm keeping it this way. About the words given, they are just big enough for each word, and then there's just one space, and then there will be the next word all next to each other. On the actual page there are like all aligned on just one line, but here it's impossible, so it falls to the next line. All of the titles for the subsections are aligned left if there are any, and there's an option alternative for you. Okay, for multiple choice question, it is also the same thing, just with 4 options instead of 3, for listening. And the alternative is here. Okay, there are a few other task type I will introduce to you. These are from the next units. Because we already have a full test for listening and reading, I will not type them in full. I simply do not have the time for it. The first one is note completion. This one is just normal. You just put a long box for you to write in. Oh, this should be on the left side. Okay, and I think we shouldn't worry if it falls to the next line, because it's the same case with the website page. When we type it ourselves, we have like dot 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 here, a little bit on the first line and a little bit on the second line, right? We can't do that with a box. We can't split the box in two and still have one box, but it's fine, I guess. For this specific test, there are also some answer short questions type, but I don't find it in the official list now, and in the reported post on Facebook, there aren't really any pertaining to answering short questions, so I would just like delete them here. Matching information. This is a little bit like the matching heading one, except that you don't really need a name, you just need something in that paragraph. Here there's a note band, and it's also in the table like the map completion task type. Just make sure that there is enough space for each question, uh, because the text is quite long, unlike in the listening. There are 7 paragraphs here. The text has 7 paragraphs, or like sections, depending on each test, which, yeah, contains the following information. These are just small, and this will be the largest one. There can be matching, not with the paragraphs themselves, but with a list of some sort. Here is a list of organizations. You will do that the same way, where you have a table here. Again, no outside border whatsoever. And the instruction is a little bit weird, is that choose the correct group for each item. Yeah, correct group A to G. For each item, you may choose any group more than once. Yeah. Okay, that's it. And there's also the summary test type for reading, where you don't use the given words, you just use the words from the text. And that is exactly like note completion. Just the instruction is a little bit different, so I put it here. We have a few more. Here is flowchart completion, also for reading. Yeah, I do it the same way exactly as in listening. Another one specific for reading is matching sentence endings. They don't appear a lot, but when they do, it's a nightmare. And the official way here is that mm, the length of the options will be exactly the length of the longest text for the options here. So I for this specific test is copy like that is 11.5 centimeters long. It may be different for the all the other tests. So this is, yeah, this can be depending on your test. They don't need to be this long, but it's how it is on the computer-based versions. So I put it there. If you need the number to be on the left and the answers to have letters, they are here. And that is all for the reading. For writing, it is quite similar. Oh, you just need to have a dedicated space on the right to type your text in the website, in the computer-based version. And that can be achieved by making the paper like A3. Also, the same kind of thing for reading. When you scroll, have the screen halved and filled with 2 types of information, so you can scroll them independently of each other. Uh, you can do that with like an horizontal paper, or like 2 pieces of A4. Yeah, but I don't really see the point here on paper, because um, the test questions are just short, where the text is quite long. And if you do that, there will be a lot of blank space, which is wasted paper, and which is environmentally unfriendly, hostile, and I do not condone that. And also, the only feature for the typing is the word counting, that is not available automatically on context. And also there are no lines. So if you try to copy like a box, so their writing, it will be even worse, because there's nothing for them to align their handwriting on. So maybe for that one, you just, yeah, for writing, you can just print out the test question and ask them to send an answer on Google Docs, or on Notes, or any other writing medium. For writing part one, uh, yeah, there's some instruction to spend time and write the number of words here. The chart below shows something. This will change for each question, and the what you should do, summarize by selecting and reporting, and make comparisons will be kept the same. Uh, Well, luckily, the picture for the diagram will always be like unsearchable. Yeah, we cannot copy information from it, so we don't have to think about like OCR or something like that. We can just, screenshot and paste. The second part of 40 minutes to 50 words, write about the following topic. There's a colon here rather than a full stop. Things will be like put quite far apart, which each one, yeah, will be 1.5 lines apart, and then add a space after a change in paragraphs, huh? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge and experience. That's it. Okay, that is all. If you have any questions, please share them in the comments. And don't forget to get this paper by just liking one post of mine on social media. The link is in the description or in the QR code. Uh, Thank you for following me until now, yapping and saying things that don't really matter in this grand scheme of thing. Uh, I will see you very soon with replicating IO's computer-based test online. Yeah, on the actual computer. There's a little difference, and I will show you how you can do it. Okay, goodbye.